Imagine being fired from the very company you created. Imagine failing so hard that the world writes you off. But instead of giving up, you use that failure to come back stronger than ever. This is the story of Steve Jobs, the man who changed the world of technology forever. Stay hungry, stay foolish. These were his famous words. But what do they really mean? And how can you apply them in your life? Let's dive deep into the incredible journey of Steve Jobs and uncover the secrets to his success. Steve Jobs was born in 1955, but did you know he was adopted? His biological parents couldn't raise him, so he was given to a Paul and Clara Jobs, a working class couple in California. From a young age, Steve was curious, rebellious, and always questioning the world around him. When he went to read college, something unexpected happened. He dropped out. But unlike most dropouts, he didn't just waste time. He took random classes, one of which was a calligraphy class. That might sound useless, right? But years later, this very class inspired the beautiful fonts and typography on the first Macintosh computer. This shows us something important. Sometimes what we seems like a random interest can lead to something big in the future. So nothing you learn ever goes to waste. In 1976, Jobs, along with his friend Steve Wozniak, started Apple in his parents' garage. They built their first computer, the Apple I. No fancy offices, no investors, just two guys who believed in their idea. Fast forward to 1984, Apple launched a Macintosh. This was revolutionary. It had a graphical user interface, something no one had seen before. It was the beginning of personal computer as we know it today. At just 30 years old, Steve Jobs was on the top of the world, but life had a different plan. In a shocking twist, Steve Jobs was fired from his own company in 1985. Imagine that the company you created, the company you poured your heart and soul into, kicks you out. Most people would give up, but not Jobs. Instead, he saw this as an opportunity to start fresh. He went on to create Next, a company focused on high-end computers, and also he invested a small animation studio called Pixar. Pixar went on to create Toy Story, the first ever fully computer animated film, and became a billion-dollar company. And guess what? Apple later bought Next, bringing Steve Jobs back to Apple. When Jobs returned to Apple in 1997, the company was on the verge of bankruptcy, but he turned it around with one simple strategy: focus. He cut unnecessary products and launched revolutionary ones: the iMac, the iPod, and ultimately the iPhone. The iPhone changed everything. It was not just a phone, it was a camera, an iPod, and an internet device in one. Today, we can't imagine the world without it. And all of this happened because Jobs never gave up. One of the Steve Jobs' most famous speeches was Stanford University in 2005. He said,
were the words, "Stay hungry, stay foolish." It was their farewell message as they signed off. Stay hungry, stay foolish. And I have always wished that for myself.
but what does that mean? Stay hungry means never stop learning, never stop improving, always push yourself beyond limits. Stay foolish means take risks, embrace failure, and don't be afraid to look different. If Steve Jobs had played it safe, there would be no Apple, no iPhone, no Pixar. He believed in taking risks, failing, and trying again. He didn't just create products, he created a vision. He believed that technology should be simple, beautiful, and life changing. That's why Apple wasn't just about computers, it was about changing the way we interact with the world. In 1997, Apple launched one of the most famous ad campaigns ever. Think Different, it wasn't about selling a product, it was about inspiring people to push boundaries, to challenge the norm, to dare to be different. Jobs said the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do it. This is what made Steve Jobs different. He wasn't afraid to think big. So ask yourself, are you thinking big enough? Are you challenging yourself to step behind your comfort zone? Think about it. One of Steve Jobs' most powerful beliefs was this: the only way to do great work is to love what you do. Too many people settle for work they don't love, but Jobs believed that if you are not excited about your work, you will never be truly great at it. He once said, if you haven't found it yet, keep looking, don't settle. Are you doing something you truly love? If not, what's stopping you? It's never too late to find your passion, to chase your dreams, to build something meaningful. So keep searching, keep pushing, and never settle for less than what you are capable of. One thing that made him truly unstoppable was his ability to take risks. He was never afraid of failure. When Apple launched the first iPhone, people laughed at it. They said a touchscreen phone would never work. But Steve Jobs didn't listen to doubters. He believed in his vision, and today the iPhone has changed the world. The truth is, most people never achieve greatness because they are too scared of failure. But here the secret: failure is just another step towards success. Every mistake teaches us something new. Every setback makes us stronger. So, what risks are you afraid to take? Starting that business, or learning a new skill, or chasing your dream? Remember, fear is temporary, but regrets last forever. He left this world in 2011, but his legacy lives on in every iPhone, every Mac, and in every person who dares to think differently. He taught us that failure is just a stepping stone, that passion is the key to success, that taking risk is what separates the ordinary from an extraordinary. So today, make a promise to yourself to stay hungry and stay foolish. Keep learning, keep dreaming. Because the world needs more dreamers, more risk takers, more people who believe in the impossible, and that starts with you. If the story of Jobs inspired you, hit the like button, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe for more motivational content. Let's unlock our potential together. And thank you for watching.